Kayse Maxamed. I am a mental health worker. That's my full-time job for the NHS. I work as a mental health worker for mental health services. I am editor of the Somali Voice newspaper, which is a bilingual newspaper. We started October 2004, and the reason we started because majority of Somali community, they did not pick up, the information in the mainstream media because of the language barrier and all that things. So we thought to set up, the bilingual newspaper, which is, which the community can understand, but in Somali language and English.
You're watching UNICEF Television. During a recent visit to UNICEF-sponsored initiatives in Somalia, the Director of Emergency Programs, Louis-Georges Arsenault, met with people who have been displaced by conflict, drought, and other hardships. For those who have been displaced for months or even years, securing even the most basic needs is challenging.
I arrived at UK 1997 from Somalia, and the reason I came here is because Somalia's situation is getting worse and worse. I arrived at Heathrow Airport 1997. It was really a great shock. First, when you arrive new country, different language, different people, different religion, and you cannot speak, the language. So when I arrived at Heathrow, and then I went to the immigration, I say, I'm from Somalia, in broken English. Then they say, oh, where's your passport? I say, I haven't got any passport with me. They will ask you, your birthday, when you're born. I will say, I don't know. And that, you have to, either they will give you, you're born 1st of January, or you have to tell something, the day you can remember. Because, majority of us, we don't know when we're born. We don't know, the day we're born and year we're born. Because we don't record, in Somalia. And even that, majority of Somalis, they don't born in hospitals. They, born in houses. And that midwives, they are not qualified midwives. They are traditional, midwives. And majority of Somalis, really, they are illiterate. So we might say, that person born year that, when there was civil war, or maybe there's a lot of rain and things like that. But it's not, it's not that important, to record your, day, you born. So first, I struggle it, but I give them date, which I will not forget, and I say I born 5 September, because you have to remember, because you will go to another interview and they will ask you, and we don't have a choice but to say, sometimes. I don't know if you realize, but majority of Somalis here in UK, they have, if you say, when you're born, they will say 1st of January. That day is a given date by the immigration authorities in Heathrow. Anyway, when the interview finished, they say to me, there is no, empty houses in London. I have to choose between Cardiff and Liverpool. I used to like, Liverpool, football team. Yes. So then I said, I thought, oh, I will see that footballers on the streets, in Liverpool streets, which is not the case. I say, please, send me Liverpool. And me and another, 11 people from Bosnia or somewhere, Russian countries that, former Yugoslavia. They put a bus together and went to the Liverpool. And he stayed there about 2 weeks. Then at that time it was very, very cold. It was Christmas time. And and I didn't know anyone in Liverpool. But there is someone, we used to live in the same area, Saeed. His name is Saeed. He is now a landlord. He owns some hostels here in Bristol. I got his phone. I say, oh, Saeed, I arrived in the UK. He said to me, come to Bristol. He sent me some money, and I arrived at Bristol. I like Bristol because really the Bristol people are very good, very friendly, Also, there is a lot of opportunities. I'm doing well. Majority of Somalis, they suffer because since 1991 there is a civil war in Somalia. There is no, central government, and still, the situation is getting worse and worse. So it happened, what happened to me, it was a lot of things. I witnessed it. Members of my family has been killed, and also a lot of friends. And then we moved from region to region, area to area. What happened? There were, tribal war. There's a rebellions who are against the Somali government. And the Somali government, they attack, and they do not differentiate between the civilians and the rebels. There is thousands of of our clan has been massacred by the Somali government. So we used to live in military houses before the civil war. Some of them they were our neighbors, So I still, remember their faces. We have been told they will be moved to another region. Normally, Somalis, they move region to region, and then they never come back. My dad has been killed by the government, 73 officers, and they never come back. So we found out their mass graves, but I hope, one day we will get that criminals and will be brought justice. We've been very, very happy. I used to go to school in the morning, play the football afternoon, also, Fridays, we used to go to, another, surrounding countryside, with the family. I was hoping to graduate, to serve, to join the military and, become officer and serve, my country. But, everything, destroyed. To be honest with you, although we are a safe country here, but, sometimes, you are not, I don't enjoy life sometimes, really. All that, happiness and all that things really is gone. And it's gone for good. But, here now, we just really work hard, pay your bills, and help, the community, do a lot of voluntary work, and that's what I do. But, the happiness I have before the civil war in Somalia, I don't think I will have, I will get ever that back. So it was really very bad, to lose all the things. I have a, wife and baby girl. She's 18 months old, and we are all fine. And my mother is here. She arrived 3 months ago, so we are happy. Yeah, my hope is to graduate and get qualification about the mental health. I'm very interested to learn more about the mental health, and I have been working last 5 years for the mental health services. I'm really interested because a lot of our community, the members of our communities, they are struggling to cope. The problem is, like post-traumatic stress, and I really like to learn, graduate, and also I hope, my country will be safe, but in my near future, my hope is to graduate and complete my studies.